It's mind-blowing, this stuff. Oh my fucking god. I just... Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucen, and today I'm going to be reacting to Aurora. All my demons greeting me as a friend. Let's go. So this month has been nuts. Welcome to all the crazy amount of new people who have joined the channel. Hello. But as I do at the beginning of every month, I take 3 albums from your recommendations and I put it out to a poll to see which one you want me to react to at the beginning of each month. And this month you voted for Aurora, All My Demons Greeting Me as a Friend. So last month we did Melanie Martinez, which was totally fascinating. A real journey, and I'm excited to go through the rest of her discography. But yeah, this month, Aurora. So I kind of know Aurora. I know her as being that one, and I know her from, she did that Half a World Away cover for that advert that was really big, but I've never really listened to, I never really like gone in deep, you know, and that's what we're going to do today. As I do with all of my videos, I love to really dig into the lyrics, the meaning, all the kind of musical stuff. Yes, I'm excited to really like dig in, you know, get my knife and fork and dig in. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video then please click on the like button because it really helps in the algorithm, and of course leave a comment. I'm always reliant on you guys and your knowledge of the different artists to fill in all the details for me. Song number 1, let's go. This is Runaway. Ooh, I like the layered voice thing, the a cappella vibe. Listening to the ocean. Huh, so she's seeing a face in the sand. Oh, I love the texture. Oh, it's so warm. Love that. So she wants to go home. Maybe she's been running away. Wow. Unique production. So she's been avoiding something. Wow. I love that it goes so big on take me home, you know. Where I belong. She's looking for a place to belong. I love her voice. So delicate, isn't it? Oh, I feel like it might be quite a big metaphor for maybe her finding herself. Ooh. Oh. Wow. Oh. That's so cool. Oh. So beautiful. There's something kind of like folky but also quite big as well. Feeling lost. I loved that. Like her voice is so unique, right? So that already kind of like lends such a kind of unique edge to it, but it kind of makes it feel kind of folky, right? Her voice, I think, lends itself to a kind of folk style, and the kind of the harmonies and things made it feel very kind of historical. Yeah, that kind of folk thing. But then to kind of open it up and make it feel really ambient in the choruses is such a cool kind of juxtaposition, but really works for like bringing it to a much bigger, more dramatic place. Really cool. Yeah, the story of her being like, you know, maybe she's been running away from home. Maybe she kind of thought that she belonged somewhere else. Maybe she thought that she needed to find herself, that she needed to experiment. But now she's decided that she's had enough and that she needs to go home where she belongs. Or maybe she needs to find a home where she belongs. She needs to find someone to put down her roots. Cool. A lot to kind of ruminate on, you know. Am I recording? Let me get to check. Let's go on to song number 2. This is Conqueror. Oh, okay. Okay. Oof. Just like a fiction, every diction. Huh. Who's she looking for? I'm guessing it's a love interest. So cool. I love the clicks. Her music is, I just love the production. It's so big. So yeah, fantasy take me over. It's about fiction, about looking for this dream person, I think, but they're not coming. You know, she kind of admits that maybe the perfect person doesn't exist, you know, looking for the only one, but maybe that's not real. Aurora, she's from Norway, right? Yeah, it kind of feels like her sound is like almost halfway between maybe like a traditional Norwegian kind of folk music. Like it kind of gives me that kind of element, but it's fused with electronic kind of drama pop music. It's unique, isn't it? Really unique. Yeah, those little vocal riffs almost sound like chant-like, don't they, you know? Cool. Very cool. I like that. It was like more of an upbeat kind of vibe. Her sound is so unique. I'm really liking it. Those drums almost sound tribal, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, no. No, they sound like, not to like stereotype, but you know how like they have culture of like Vikings. It really makes me think of the drums that you get on the ships. You know, like the war drums, that the dum, dum. And that's kind of the vibe, isn't it? Conqueror, like that is like war, going to war. That is the thing. But she's talking about the Conqueror being somebody who's going to conquer her and really turn her life around, you know? So it's an interesting kind of metaphor there, but I love how that musically ties in with the central lyric. That's really, 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 really clever. And the story is something that like I think a lot of people relate to. Is kind of like hoping to find the one, that one person who is gonna like conquer you. Take me. Who is gonna like, you know, be the person that you spend the rest of your life with, that have that romantic love. And I think she's realizing that maybe that is a fantasy. Yeah, she talks about it being fiction and in fantasy, and she's living in fantasy, and maybe it's not actually going to happen that way for her. Very cool. Yes. Let's go with song number 3. This is Running with the Wolves. Oh, this is cool. Rowing the boat. I'm just saying. Oh, I love this. Oh, yes. Oh, the echoes in my mind cry. Oh my god, yes. Oh, so dramatic, isn't it? Oh, so cool. I love this drum, so satisfying. It kind of almost sounds like she's kind of singing about maybe her childhood or something, about finding herself. But the echoes in her mind cry, I don't know. Maybe it's like mental anguish. Who is she being hunted by? Maybe the hunter is like depression or anxiety, and she feels like she's running away from it, you know? More of this like imagery that really feels like, you know, the wolves. It's like in the wilds of Norway, you know, in the snow, in the forest, you know? So cool. Wow, I got chills. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, that's so satisfying. It's so beautiful as well, isn't it? Like, oh my god, so f***ing cool. Like, I loved that. That really kind of brought on more of that kind of essence of nature, her roots, living in the wild, you know? That's what it feels like, doesn't it? And that's what it sounds like. It's kind of, she's creating like this soundscape that evokes like so much of this kind of wild girl. It reminds me, if this might be a little bit of a deep cut for some people, but if anyone's seen Princess Mononoke, the Studio Ghibli movie, I mean, that she literally in that movie is running with the wolves. Someone who's almost like running for herself, maybe trying to stay true to who she is in a world that is kind of maybe trying to pressure her into fitting into some sort of mold. And maybe that's what she's running away from. Maybe that's why she's running with the wolves, is because she feels more at home in the wild, in a sense, you know, she can be herself when she's running with the wolves. I don't know, that's my interpretation anyway. Let me know what your interpretation of all these songs is, and of course, like, any context, if there's anything she said. Oh, that's so f***ing cool. Let's go on to song number 4. This is Lucky. Creepy. When I am down, okay. Oh geez, doesn't sound very lucky. Sounds like a heartbeat. Oh my god, wet. What's this about? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I'm lucky to be alive, huh? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, stunning. It feels like she's kind of celebrating having escaped from something, you know? So cool. I feel too numb to even mind. Yeah, it sounds like a mental health struggle and a journey that she's been on, you know? Oh, maybe she's referring to self-harm. Huh, oh my god. Oh. Wow. Oh, God, it really feels like she's coming through something, you know? Huh. And she knows what lies behind. It's time. Oh my God, it's time to let go. Oh my God. This is so good. Oh, wow. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. This is so stunning. Oh my fucking God. Oh my. Oh. That melody at the end. What an incredible songwriter. Jesus Christ. The kind of payoff on that song was so good. It started off so like quite slow, and it's very dark, isn't it? To start with, it's very like brooding, and then she kind of opens up and she says, I felt the light for the very first time, and not everybody knows that I'm lucky to be alive. Just absolutely beautiful how it just opens up, you know, at that moment, like musically, sonically, it just kind of is a breathing. It's like she's been holding her breath for the whole verse, and then she just takes a breath for the chorus, and it's just like, oh, she lets it out, you know? And it's just a beautiful way of kind of sonically and dynamically telling us the story of somebody who was close to death, apparently, like, sounds like she was self-harming, but she shows us that she's come through it, she's managed to find a way through it. And then in that middle eight, where she just lets go of the darkness, she lets go of the anxiety and the depression, and she says, I'm going to be free of this, I'm deciding to be free of this. Oh, it's so good, because like it's not just in the lyric, it's in the music, it's in the production, it's in the dynamics, it's in the mixing. It's like everything is combined to tell this like really beautiful cathartic story. Absolutely stunning. Wow. This is song number 5. This is Winterbird. Okay. Technological, futuristic, but also not. She's got some beautiful kick drums. Oh. Oof. Wow. Oh. My tears are frozen. Yeah. Maybe it's like remembering how it feels to be happy or to be free, like the birds. Oof. Kind of being locked in her own sadness in a way, isn't it? The aging winter sun. Ooh. Oh, wow. I'm just getting a bit lost in it. Sorry, everyone, not saying anything. Wow. So it's like she can't see right in front of her face. She can't see the woods for the trees. Yeah, all I need to remember is how it felt when it was okay, you know. Frozen tears, that's such unique imagery. I love that. It's like she's stuck in that place of sadness because it's frozen. All I need was to feel alive. Wow. Oh, so cool. Oh, I love that she focused on that lyric at the end because it really adds a level of poignancy. Really, 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 really cool. Again, it's almost like maybe the winter birds are kind of reminding her to feel alive, to be alive, to live in the moment, because she is stuck in the frozen tears. She's frozen in time, and she's kind of trying to will herself to remember how it feels to be outside of that feeling. She's been stuck in that feeling for so long that she's forgotten how it feels to actually be alive. So amazing. Oh my God, I love it. I love it so much, honestly. So if you remember last week, it was raining throughout my video. This week, it's so hot that I am already really sweating. So I've added that one to my current bops playlist. If you haven't seen my channel, I have a little playlist going, which is basically what I listen to throughout the week. If you want to check out that playlist and give it a follow, then I've left the link in the description. I always like add all my favorites from these reactions to that. Cool, right, okay, let's go on to number 6. Okay, this is song number 6. This is I Went Too Far. Ooh. Piano.
I went too far, begging on my knees.
Oh, wow.
For you to hold around me.
Oh, she was begging for this person.
I went too far, kissed the ground beneath your feet.
She compromised herself. Wow. Oh. 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 I cut my hand so you could stand and watch me bleed. Ugh. Yeah, like she worshipped this person and they didn't deserve it. Oh my God. Oh. Just such a simple lyric that, you know, just give me some love, show me something.
And everything I am is gone. Oh. I try to read the soul, feel whole.
Oh. I tried to reach for another soul so that I could feel whole. Just give me some love. It's just like it's so good, isn't it? This is just so stunning. Oh my God, are you kidding me? How many songs on this album are gonna be like amazing? Is it every single one? Just that imagery. I went too far, I got down on my knees and I kissed the ground beneath your feet just so that you might love me. She totally compromised herself for this person because she believed that she would get some kind of reciprocal love from them, and she didn't get it. Like, the thing is, I think why that hits me so hard is that like the last relationship I was in was kind of a bit like that, to be honest. I just compromised myself for them, you know? He didn't deserve what I was giving, you know, emotionally, and he kind of betrayed that trust. But I was kind of so low in terms of my self-esteem that it was like almost like I didn't think I could get any better. Does that make sense? It's horrible to think about, really. And I've written songs about it when they will eventually come out. Lol. But I think that's just why I relate to this so much, because it does feel like you've failed yourself. You feel like you've gone too far for this person who doesn't deserve it, you know? Let's go on to song number 7. This is Through the Eyes of a Child. Oh, delicate, isn't it?
Scars we carve.
The scars we carve. Wow.
Rather see this world through the eyes of a child. Through the eyes.
What? This is so good.
Smile. I would rather feel this.
Oh my God. It's like she's like wanting it to be simple, you know? She doesn't want to have the complications of adult life. She'd rather see things with the innocence of a child, because things get dark and complicated, you know? Oh my God.
When a human strokes your skin, when you let them in.
It's just so beautiful. Yeah, you should let them in, right?
With a childlike soul.
Oh.
With a childlike soul.
Wow. It's just so moving. so delicate and so beautiful and simple and wow. It's just incredible. It's just, oh my god, it's just, I don't know what it was, but it's just so moving. Oh, wow. Just like, I can't stop crying. This album, I've cried like 4 times. I don't know what to say. I don't know, it's one of those songs that kind of transcends, words. Does that make sense? It's kind of a testament to like how music can just like completely move you without it having to say anything. Do you know what I mean? Like that whole last section, there were no lyrics. Okay. Okay, get my shit together. Okay. Things were simpler when I was a child. Things were they were unfiltered, you just lived the world how it came to you. And all the complications of adult life, they can bog you down so much, But she is choosing, therefore, to retain that childlike sense of wonder, creativity, and innocence, and choosing not to let that go. And that is really something that I've always wanted to hold on to myself. I think in my life I've had times where I felt a lot of pressure to conform, a lot of pressure to not be so emotional. I would get so many comments about me being sensitive, and people still make comments. I'm just like, used to it, and I see it as a very positive thing now, but like for a long time it really felt like people would kind of try and dampen down the things that are seen as childish, like crying to music, or even like things like my nerdiness, my interest in video games and Pokemon. I'm a huge Pokemon nerd. All these things that are like kind of seen as childlike. There's a lot of pressure from the outside world to ignore those things and to let them go. But there's such freedom in being able to accept that in yourself and to just say, yeah, I love like having a Mario Kart cuddly cushion. Yes, I cry and I'm emotional. And that's okay. It's okay to accept those parts of yourself that are deemed childlike, because actually, like, I feel like that's how everyone should be. And I think people would be a lot happier if they didn't try and push down the things that came naturally to them. Okay, I took a little break, an emotional break. And also I was getting very hot, so I made myself a little iced mocha with my Zelda mug. Okay, so let's go on to song number 8. This is Warrior. Oh, I need to actually put my headphones on. Oh, I quite like the rhythm already.
I cry for the world.
Yeah.
And I built a boat floating away.
Environmental, I think.
See the world as beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm hiding.
She's hiding away from the reality of global warming. Wow! Oh my god. Beautiful. Love the rhythm of it. Now this one feels like that, like Viking thing, doesn't it? Boats, innit? It's all like intrinsic. Oh, so good. What a drop. I love that kind of like key change borrow chord thing that's going on. Yes. Stunning. This is incredible music. Oh. Oh, yes. Ah. Oh. It's so powerful. Warrior of love, and she loves the planet. Well, she wants to love the planet, So f***ing cool. Those drums. Oh. Me, that is just amazing. Ah! Just, oh my god. Every song is unique. I just can't even cope. This might be like my new favorite album. So it sounds like to me that she's a warrior of love, which I think is kind of almost like a ode to kind of being an activist, you know, for the love of the planet. That's how I'm reading it, at least, because she talks about building a boat so that she can float, you know, with the melting ice caps and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wants to wake up and see the world and think the world is beautiful, and she hasn't thought that in a while. I think it's kind of her disillusion with the world that we live in, the capitalism, and how humans are contributing towards the end of the world, and resisting the urge to be depressed about it and to hide away in her cage and saying, I am going to be a warrior for what I believe in. I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. And I think you should all stand up for this too. You should stand up and do something about it. That's what it feels like. It's like a call to arms. Of course it is, because it's like a warrior. And she uses like the war drums and all of that kind of stuff, you know, and that ending with all the drums. Oh my God, it's just fucking awesome. I just love it. From Warrior to song number 9. This is Murder Song 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, it's already like kind of mystical.
Against my head.
Okay, wow. I hope this is a metaphor.
Kill me for mercy.
Kills me for mercy. Jesus, wow. The production. Ugh.
Holds my body in his arms.
This man has killed her.
Spend me from the awful things in life that comes.
Yeah, so in his head, he's killed her for mercy, you know. You won't ever have to grow up and face the pain of being an adult, being heartbroken, being lost. Oh. Wow. I can't. It's mind-blowing, this stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
The gun is gone, and here I go.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a unique song. Just. What is this? It's just amazing. Every single song is just a new level of like creative, absolutely astounding songwriting that's just completely unique, and somehow every song fits together. So this is telling the story from the perspective of someone who's been murdered. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang, dead. But the guy who murdered her seems like an adult figure and she seems like the child figure. He's murdered her to save her from the life that he believes she'd have to lead. Maybe he's worried for her having to deal with navigating the world as a young woman. Maybe it's navigating the world with global warming and, you know, the future generations having to deal with the mess of the past generations. There's so many different perspectives and so many different reasons as to why this person could have killed Aurora. It really reveals her as a songwriter. It reveals her position on where the world is and how frightened she must be of kind of, because she's quite young, right? It's kind of this anxiety of growing up, this anxiety of going into this world that she doesn't really believe in and feeling like she has to be conformed to it, and writing this song that's kind of saying maybe she'd be better off dead. So dark, but like, oh my God, like amazing storytelling, so succinct, so well done, production amazing. It's just, everything about this album is just off the charts, so good. Thank you so much for recommending this. I'm so glad Madison Beer didn't win the end. I'm sure she's great, but it was like 1% difference, and I'm really glad that I got to do Aurora because it's fucking awesome. I'm gonna have to cut out so many swear words. Let's go on to the next song. This is song number 10. This is Home.
Lost in the moment again. The road has no end.
She's feeling disillusioned again.
Life will be kind.
One day life will be kind.
We
Oh,
are surviving every time.
she's surviving.
We are not alive.
Wow. We are home. What's that about? What's she referring to? Literal home? But it's we as a generation.
Keeping the hope in our mind.
She feels like she's just existing, you know, just surviving, not truly living life. But she says, we are home. What does that mean? Like, maybe it's the idea that maybe we're ruining our home. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of almost like as a population, maybe it's about joining together, you know, seeing past our differences.
I'm reborn again for a little while. I'm fine.
Oh. Wow. Her choice of melody is so unique. Stunning. I'm not really sure what the message was supposed to be. I think overall, I think it's kind of an examination in the kind of struggle of her generation, in a sense that like everyone is so far apart but so close because of the internet, so interconnected. So, you know, it doesn't matter what your skin color is, doesn't matter where you come from, we all have the same kind of home within our own bodies. That's kind of a sense that I got in one essence of it. But like on the other side of it, there's a struggle there, you know. We're not alive, we're just surviving. Maybe it is a reflection of how she feels her generation doesn't get to truly just let go and live their lives, but kind of is forced to kind of deal with quite heavy issues from a young age, you know? Yeah, interesting song. Let me know what your interpretation is, as always. But yeah, let's go on to song number 11. This is Under the Water. We can't breathe under the water. We die. Might be another environmental message. Why do we jump into this loneliness and this darkness? Huh. Wow. Whoa. Oh my god. Wash away the sins. It's so deep, isn't it, this? Pardon the pun. Yeah. So she's talking about all these negative things about being under the water, but then kind of suggesting that people want to jump in, you know? Why are we self-destructive, you know? It's kind of a focus on like human nature, isn't it? Ugh. I wasn't expecting like a heavy rock thing. Wow, yeah. The feet won't fail you now, the arms won't let you down. So she's kind of almost telling people to jump into the water, almost to kind of free themselves from the worry of what might lay beneath, you know? Almost sounds Asian inspired by. Wow. Really cool. Yeah, I'm not really sure that what it was about, but it was really cool, whatever it was. So she's kind of saying like under the water there's darkness, under the water that you're alone. But she's saying then why did we all jump in? Why did we jump into the water? And it feels like in the chorus she's kind of saying because the fear of what lies beneath the water is worse than what actually lies beneath the water. So she kind of says, you know, let's just jump in, you know? There's a freedom in jumping into the water because it washes away the sins. Very cool. Almost sounds like, you know, like chimes, but like layered up with loads of reverb on and like really kind of like... She's back on the boat again. I can never drown. Huh. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So she's gonna jump off the boat with the right person, you know? Oh. Sounds like a continuation of the last song in a way, doesn't it? Maybe it's like something can still grow in that dark place, you know? Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. Oh, I love this. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, it's building. Oh. Oh. I love the kind of soundscape-esque nature of so many of these songs. They're so inspiring. It's stunning. Wow. Oh my god. Beautiful sonic landscaping. Sonic landscaping, it's you know what I mean? Just so stunning, so inspiring. Makes me want to go to my laptop, which is there, and just make some music. Do you know what I mean? Like the sounds that Aurora and her producer presumably have managed to create are just so unique and so beautifully like world building within themselves. It's just absolutely stunning. And this song, it feels like she's found the courage to jump into the water. It's almost like maybe seeing the water lilies, the lilies that like, you know, they grow in the water and they float. I think that's kind of the thing, is that in under the water, she's worried about jumping in and getting sucked under the water. Maybe she sees these lilies in the black water and she sees that they can float and she thinks maybe that she can float too. Oh, that sounds like It. Do you know what I mean? But maybe like float being like survive, to cope. She talks about the beginning being on a boat, knowing that if she stays on her boat, then she can float. But she's existing. She's not living. She's existing. And maybe she's now found somebody who has given her the courage to just jump into the water, jump into life, and really just live it to the fullest extent. Stunning. Like the best album I've heard in a long time. So many brilliant songs. So the next few songs, so we've got Half the World Away, and then there's a couple of acoustic ones and a remix. So I'm going to skip the like acoustic one and the remake. Nature Boy, I'm guessing that's a cover of the jazz song, so I'll probably listen to that as well. So let's go on to song number 13. This is Half the World Away. I've heard this one before because obviously it was massive when it came out. Which John Lewis advert was it? Also, I love the original of this song. Feel the warning signs running around my mind.
Myself into soul asylum. I can feel.
I love those lyrics. But my mind is very old. We did this song at choir back in the day. That's why I know some of the lyrics. Half the world away. It doesn't necessarily fit with the vibe of the rest of the album, you know? But lyrically it fits. But feeling disconnected. And that idea that she's young but tackling really like adult problems in her music, you know? Ooh, lovely. Yeah, that's a beautiful cover actually. Like, and yeah, the meaning in the song really fits with her kind of storyline in this album, which is all about her kind of trying to find herself and navigate this world that she doesn't necessarily believe in and feeling disconnected from people. Okay, so I'm going to skip the acoustic version of Murder Song. So let's go on to Nature Boy. I'm assuming this is There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. The jazz standard. Yeah. I knew it, you know. I'm just, you know, good at music. This is such a beautiful song. Who else knows it from Moulin Rouge? Show my age there. Has so much mood to it, just in the melody, you know. She's not even using full chords. She doesn't need to, you know. Ooh. There's something about using like a double bass or a cello and an acoustic guitar that just has so much like power to it. I wish I could play the cello. I'd have cello on everything if I could play the cello. It's just unique, like. It's to be loved and to be loved in return. Oh, I love Moulin Rouge. Oh, goosebumps all over my body. Oh, God, yeah, it just reminds me of Moulin Rouge. I need to watch that again. I did that song in my singing lessons as a, like, vocal training thing because, like, the melody is so free in terms of, like, rhythm. Like, one of the best songs ever written. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those, you know. I'd recommend going and listening to the original Nat King Cole version of that. So before we go on to the final song, if you've liked this reaction, then please consider subscribing to the channel. The channel's been going absolutely nuts recently, which is amazing. And if you want to join along this crazy ride with me, then please, yeah, click subscribe and then click like as well if you want to help this video in the rankings. Okay, I'm not going to do the remix. This is Wisdom Cries. Ooh. Very moody, atmospheric. Kind of arrhythmic, isn't it? Here we go. Rhythm's coming in here. Oh my God, wow. Very experimental, isn't it? She's like smacking her lips to the microphone. That's horrible. This one is really letting it go in terms of like structure and creativity, isn't it? Every section of this song is like, what? Wisdom cries. I wonder what that's about. I guess it's more of her, ruminating on growing up, Wow. Amazing. So bonkers. I love that. So that's it. That's the whole album. Honestly, one of the best albums I've heard in a long, long, long time. Just absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for recommending it. Like, one of my besties told me that I should listen to Aurora back like ages ago. I think when the album first came out. And for some reason I didn't. I regret that decision. So the album as a whole, it really feels like it's her diving into like what it means for herself to exist as a human nowadays. I mean, you really get a sense of her personality. She seems like someone who is obviously very environmentally conscious, political young person who feels disillusioned with the world that she is living in. There's a lot of stuff about feeling lost, about running away, about disconnecting, about being scared. She's worried about being herself and being allowed to be herself, and kind of like her ruminating on how she's going to decide to live her life. So as a piece, as a single piece, it just feels like such a kind of perfect package in the sense that represents her journey into finding a way to live and exist in this world that she's struggling with. But like in Blackwater Lilies, it sounds like she's found a person who is kind of inspiring her to jump in and to stop just existing, but to really live and like actually just accept that not everything is under her control, but what she can control is her reaction. And her reaction now is to just try and embrace life for everything it is and try and make the most of her life for herself. And then musically, sonically, it's almost like historical future. Does that make sense? A lot of the sounds she uses are very Norwegian folk essence, that kind of sense of like Scandinavian wilderness, that kind of sense of like the Vikings and the war drums and all those kinds of things. It feels like she's dipping into the culture and the history of her country, amazingly evocative, powerful sounds, and fusing it with kind of a futuristic pop sound. And then of course, right on top of it, the cherry on the cake is her voice, how authentically unique she sounds. Her voice is stunning and beautiful and ethereal, just absolutely stunning. I'm so excited to dive into her other music. That was a reaction and a half. Please make sure to let me know what I should react to at the beginning of next month. And of course, let me know what you think of the album, what are your favourite songs, what do you think it all means. So I do new reactions every single Friday. Next week, I think we've got Marina and the Diamonds have a new album, so hopefully I'm going to be doing that. Cool, okay, so let's go on to the song of the week. This week, I'm going to go back to one of my favourite artists from when I was like a teenager. And this is a real deep cut from their songs. So the artist is Owl City. And the song I'm going to choose is from All Things Bright and Beautiful, and it's called Angels. It is one of my favourite songs ever. I realised again recently. I was walking down the road like almost crying because I was like, oh, I forgot how beautiful this song is. It's like him talking about his like struggles with like kind of faith. There's this line, I paint my knees black and blue as they often hit the hardwood floor, and I believe so I'm not praying to the ceiling anymore. Can't even cope with how good that lyric is. This kind of image that he's kind of looking for reason, he's looking for purpose, he's looking for a reason why he is alive. You know, I'm not a religious person myself, but to see somebody going through such a kind of like, such a human struggle, it's incredible. I'll add it to my Song of the Week playlist, so you can follow that. I'll leave the link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in to the end. I'll see you again next Friday. Bye!